Boom! Hey riders, welcome back to the channel. It's Colin here over at Inside Cycling World. Monday race action for you here, folks. What we're doing today is ladder league racing. Let's get it, folks. So exciting. This is two teams going mano a mano against each other. Let's have a quick look here. What we're doing today, 4 laps of Volcano Circuit. Guys, let's give a shout out to Team TNP, Team Not Poggy. I said, hey guys, if you want some commentary, reach out to me, and they've done it now. I was watching Mr. Tactical Watts himself, Ray McCoffey, caught his video through the week, and I said, hey, it was a ladder week. It was ladder league from last week. I'm like, so I messaged him and said, hey man, you want commentary? Just let me know. I can't see all these club races that are going on, like these ladder league races. So like this one's called here Club Ladder 8737. I had a hard time finding it, so I joined it earlier. But you know when you go into Zwift and you look for your events or for you, I'm like, where is it? So I just exited out of Zwift, jumped right back in. Boom time, folks. So looking at it here, we've got Team TNP, and it looks like the other team is called Vertigo. So, guys, this is what I'm doing. You won't be able to see it. Can you see it? Yes, you can. There. So I'm just running Zwift companion app on my secondary phone. You know, lets me control all my stuff. I do all my music stuff on here. I do all my Zwift controls on here if I don't use my Zwift plays. Can you see them? Bike's ready for later. Got the towels. Yeah, they're just off the edge of the screen there. So Vertigo versus Team TNP, and let's take a look here. So guys, let's welcome the guests on board, Team Vertigo. Let's talk about them first. We're 2 minutes and 40 seconds to the race. We're doing 4 laps of Volcano Circuit. If I look quickly at my cheat sheet here, let's go here. Volcano Circuit is 4.1 kilometers, aka 2.5 miles, 20 meters of elevation, 66 feet. It's basically flat. There is a 2.7 kilometer lead in. So if I'm looking at the little mappy thing, you're going to start on that long bridge. Yeah, that long covered bridge before you get to the actual volcano. So that's going to add a bit of distance in there. And actually, it starts inside the volcano. That's right. It starts at one of the arches inside the volcano. So we're going to have a little bit of a lead in and then 4 full laps. I imagine this is going to be an absolute smash fest, folks. 1 minute, 52 seconds to go. Hope everyone's ready here. For Team Vertigo, so I'm looking at all the riders nearby. I'll do it in order as I'm seeing them on my phone. Looks like we're missing 1 rider still. It says Zwifters nearby, 9. Should be 2 teams of 5 here. Remember, this is a points league race, so how they work, first place gets 10. And if I'm wrong on this, you can crucify me later. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 riders. Should be 55 points in total if my math is actually correct. Oh, I see G Muppet here. He's just popping up on screen right now. You can see him there in the chutes. Let me get my controls going, folks. Controls. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I'm just going to send them a little message here, see if anyone sees it. You know, guys, I like to say hey riders all the time. So anyways, 1 minute to go. Okay, let me do this quick. So for, 10 riders now nearby. You might be able to see it. That's all I'm going to do for you there. So 10 riders nearby. We got Ben, it looks like. And then, okay, I'm going to have to figure this all out. So for TNP, let's go TNP. We got Lukas. Oh, this is a hard one, dude. Rybarczyk. He's a Polish rider. Then we've got Daniel Kent. Hey, Dan, good to talk to you, man. We chat all the time on... Oh, I got to find a rider to follow. Here, we're going to follow D. Kent. He's right here, folks. We should be following right now. Fan view. Boom, we're on him right now. Oh, I like the Vertigo jerseys. Is that what that is there? Zwifters nearby. Okay, so we've got Grumpy. It's Grumpy Muppet, not G Muppet. Grumpy Muppet. We got M. Dicko. Oh, it says B-N-E. So is it Benny? Bene? Not too sure about that. We're off to the races, folks. I see on the bottom it just says Ben here. Maybe we'll fan view Ben. He's also got the name Kilos here. Oh, that's Paul. Wow, big start here, folks. 10, 11 watts per kilo, putting the hurt on early. But what else is new in Zwift racing? Let's check it out. I'm expecting to see a lot of S-Works bikes here. A lot of S-Works bikes, folks. Check this out. Oh, so it looks like Ben here rides for Dirt and Vertigo. There's Ray McCoffey there, D. Kent. We've got M. Dicko, Grumpy Muppet. Oh, there's another Ben. That's what's throwing me off. We've got just a normal Ben, and then we've got a Ben with an E on the end. Ben A. We'll call him that. Dave at the front here. TNP pushing hard now. We've got Lucas here as well. D. Kent. Ooh, look at this. 4 TNP riders putting the hurt on early, folks. Just this gradual little false flatty climb up and away out of downtown Watopia. So the Kilos rider looks to be a Vertigo's rider to me, and then we got Vertigo's Grumpy Muppet sitting on the back here. Here's another TNP rider, A. Ian. Now, God, that's Alan. Is that Alan? It's got to be Alan right here. Looks like A. Ian to me. Hey, don't worry. There's one dude, Des Dyer. I know him from Ruby World. For the longest time, I called him Didier. I thought he was a French rider. No, he's not. He's from the west coast of the U.S. It was the way he had his name written down. It looks like Didier. Des Dyer. First name Des. Okay, so this rider here, let's just call him B. Ben A, maybe something like that. German rider. And then we got Alan. Here's the other one. This is the Ben rider for Vertigo. Ooh, big pushes off the front here by Lucas. Big pushes, a lot of 5-4 watts per kilo. Magic happening up front, folks. Busy day here around the acreage. Hey, how about those Edmonton Oilers last night? Let me just look at the list here. Looks like everyone here is from Europe. Yep, everyone here is from Europe. So, Stanley Cup playoffs round, folks. You know how deadly serious we take our hockey here in Canada. The Edmonton Oilers smashed the living snot out of the Dallas Stars yesterday. 6-1, destroyed them. They look like the Oilers from last year. Why are we rooting for the Oilers? I actually live near Calgary, so there's a big rivalry between the two. It's because these smaller market teams, smaller market, less population, less money, they're not able to win against these big market U.S. teams anymore that will just pay every player $10, $15, $20 million a year each. So they just buy the players away. So right now, Edmonton basically has the best player in the NHL, Connor McDavid, and some would say that Draisaitl's number 2. They're both sitting up in Edmonton, just a little town up the road, million people. Little town, okay, it's a city. But it's not like big city New York or LA or anything like that. Okay, guys, let me get all my camera work here for you. See if I can do this. What am I doing wrong today? Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong today. So let's just cycle through there. There's the kind of the action camera mode. 2.2 kilometers in. So I think we're just coming up to the start here now. I think it was 2.7 kilometers to the start. So this is still technically the lead in. So I know from Zwift racing in the past, when I used to do a little bit of Zwift racing, half the time the race, you feel like you're done before the lead in's over. Am I right, guys? So I can see the arches coming up right now, the burled arches. If you know what that is, you're obviously a sled dog fan. It's the burled arch in Nome that marks the finish of the Iditarod. Man, I could just pull anything out here. Going through the... okay, let me get some control here. Wonder why I'm struggling with my camera today. I wonder if I got the number lock on or something. If I hit 0, I should have control. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. So yeah, that's my fault. So when you're spectating, you hit the 0, and that gives you the ability to just do whatever you want. Then you use your arrow keys to like go up and down, stuff like that, go underneath the road. Looks like things have settled down here. Everyone's sitting together. So technically we're on lap 1 now. And looks like that lead in alone, which makes sense, had almost 20 meters of climbing. But yeah, it's going to be 100 meters of climbing in total here, folks. Love this style of racing. Absolutely love it. So we got Paul here from the Vertigo team. Ray's right there as well. Thumbs up to Ray and this Paul dude. Here's Lucas. Lucas Rybarczyk. Yeah, Lucas Rybarczyk. I'm going to say it like that. Alan's here. Ray's sitting on the front. So here's my question for anyone that's into these ladder league racing, probably more specifically to the TNP guys and the Vertigo guys. How do you guys decide on your matchups? Is it something that you... Oh, I don't know. I know there's an entire website dedicated to all the details and the stats, and there's rankings. Do you just send an email to them and say, hey guys, do you want to race? Like, is it that easy? Meet me at the bike racks at 3 p.m. after school type thing? You know, remember that when you were a kid? Some big dude, yeah, I'm going to beat the snot out of you at 3 p.m. at the bike racks. And it was like all day, you just were terrified. And then at 3 p.m., he's getting picked up by his mom and dad, and he never got beat up. So, okay, I see these Canyon bikes here, but yeah, S-Works are probably going to be dominating the field here. I'm working on mine. Kind of had a rough week last week. Took 2 days off. I was sick. I was sick by eating healthy is what it was, guys. I had way too much roughage in my system, and ooh, nice little attacks here. Digs going at Dave. Nice work here, dude. 8 watts per kilo here. Going up this little snapper before it levels off and goes back through the volcano. I'm going to try to start paying attention as to where the laps are. What would be really cool is to see a lap counter. I'm not even sure what you guys see, if you see a lap counter or not. Can't remember. But yeah, going back to the days when I used to do it, I'm just going to jump into my OBS for a second here. Fellers, yep, things look good. So I'm just in the middle. Hair, not much to see right now. It's out of control, growing fast. We got some fantastic weather here. Been out in the wind this morning. Really nice start to spring here in Canada right now. We had a nice start. Things started growing, and then we had like 9 days of rain. A couple of cold nights where it was down to like 1 degree Celsius. So pretty cold. That's why you don't plant here until very late May. And now we've got a little bit of a, I don't know, nice weather. I'm sure this would trigger a code red climate alert in Europe. It does here too. You know, if there's 4 days over 20 degrees Celsius, it seems like the world's ending. That's normal. That's normal, guys. Normal stuff. Gonna zoom out a bit here. Take a look. Everyone's sticking right together. Yep, everyone's bunched up here. All teams, both teams of 5 here. M. Dicko here. So sitting at the back, you can see these riders here, 2.5, 3 watts per kilo at most. Middle of the pack, same. On the front, you're going to expect a little bit more power out the front. Dave here leading the way right now, 3 watts a kilo, right around 230 watts. So he's about a 75 kilogram rider, something like that. Ray here as well. Ray's probably more in that, what do we figure, Ray, about 80 kilos maybe? Is that what you are? I'm trying to look at both numbers out. You can see me looking up here and then looking here. Looking up here. Yeah, maybe he's like high 70s kilos, something like that. Ray does look like, he looks more like a stocky powerhouse dude. Like he's kind of jacked, right? I don't think he's super tall, but yeah, there it is. Okay, we got Paul here from Vertigo. Ooh, stretching out a bit here now. Dave putting in a nice little attack here, 5.2 watts per kilo. Working our way around this lap, folks. So these are 4 kilometer laps, I think I said. Yeah, so at about 6.7 kilometers, let's say that 6.7 kilometers, we should be going through that arch again. Let's call it the Burled Arch. Get to our little action camera mode here. I love this. Zwift, you make this so easy for me to do this. Love it. One guy's on the Tron bike. I'm seeing mostly Canyons, S-Works, and that one solo Tron bike here. Stretching out a little bit. There's a rider kind of dangling off the back. That looks like Alan there. Alan's digging in now. You can see the numbers. Riders ahead are doing 2.5 threes. He's doing 5.5 to 6 watts a kilo. He's back on now. Good job, Alan. Nice job, Alan. It looks like he's from Wales, I believe. Yeah, that's a Welsh similar. And he scoots right to the front. So he was busy changing his music on his iPhone. Music selections. Maybe he was into the Smiths or something. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of the Police. I listen to all that stuff, folks. So let's have a little look back here. Alan looking sharp here. So Alan's on one of the canyons. I'm not even sure this one. I don't know. What's this called? The Air Road or something, maybe? Got the nice wheel set. I ride Envies. I actually have Envies in real life. Never even ride them. Always inside. You know what? It's so nice. Ooh, Alan just set a new personal record there. Probably everyone will set a new personal record here. Probably. Actually, I don't think everyone did. So some riders have already probably raced on this circuit pretty hard in the past. Is Ray going to get a new record here? I don't know if Ray did or not. I think there was 2 riders that didn't. Get back to our action mode. So Alan has gone out alone. Was this pre-planned, folks? TNP, Team Not Poggy, was this pre-planned? I'm going to find out later. So guys, too, I was talking to Daniel, Dan, D, what do you want me to call you, dude? Because I'm always kind of looking for things to do. And look at this. Look at this lead right now. He's got a 10-second lead. Solo break. Is he going all the way, folks? I can't even see the other riders yet. I'm looking. So I'm going to bounce back to Dave here. They're just coming out of the volcano here. You can see him on the map in the top right-hand corner, the dots. So that's a pretty good little lead right now. It's out to 12 seconds now. Let's have a little peek back. I like to do this all the time. Out of sight, out of mind. I love this style of racing. Love it. I'm trying to see the group coming. I'm looking as hard as I can. I'm trying to count pixels. Can't see them. Can't see them, folks. Yeah, once you kind of get away, you're kind of like a ghost. Like, they don't know what you're doing. This is a big strategy in sled dog racing when I used to be involved, or when I used to follow it a lot. More of the long distance stuff, like the 1,000-mile races like I did Rod and Yukon Quest. Basically, just make sure your opponent can't see you. They can't see you. They don't know what you're doing. Are you sleeping? Are you sore? Are you tired? Alan's doing his own thing now. So he kicks up this little gradient here. He's going to be popping right back into the volcano. He's taking this little left at the top, folks. Bouncing back, we got Grumpy Muppet of Vertigo's leading the way. Ooh, maybe this is going to make the Vertigo's team do some chasing here. Looks like we got 4 of them sitting at the front right now. Yep, there's 4 Vertigo riders pushing hard right now. They realize that there's 10 points just going up the road. I am assuming it goes by 10. Yeah, it must. 10, and each rider's going to get 1 point each. So I wonder if the ladder league is somewhat based on, is it just based purely on results within the ladder league, or is it maybe based on your combined Zwift racing score? Probably combination of both. Lucas here, sitting in 9th right now. Daniel Kent in 7th or 8th with Ray. Then we've got M. Dicko, the Grumpy Muppet. We're just going to say Benny. Paul says kilos, but he's a Vertigo rider. Then we got Ben. Dave. What am I seeing here? Okay, so there's Alan up the front here. So they pulled back a bit of time. Ooh, look at this here too, folks. That hill, some action went down there too, because take a look at this. Alan is up there. Dave is gone solo now. Dave is pulled out 5-6 seconds ahead of him, and you can see him just up the road here. Take a look at this. Take a look. He's just at the top of the road. He's just jumping out of the volcano right now. What I want to do here too is I want to get back to Dave now. Is Dave attempting to bridge up to Alan now? I wonder if Alan's slowing down. Take a look at this. Alan must be slowing down now. Ooh, this is a perfect shot. Thank you, Zwift. Perfect shot. So we got Alan and Dave at the front. Dave is currently bridging across to Alan. I'm sure Alan's just like let off the throttle a little bit to let Dave join up with him, because that would be like first place and second place right there. This is going to make Vertigo work extra hard here. With this 2-man break up front, if they start rotating together, taking turns, M. Dicko is chasing. Thumbs up to this dude. Grumpy Muppet, you too, man. Good stuff. Hey guys, remember too, TNP knows I'm doing this. Please share with the other TNP dudes and anyone else you know, but definitely share it to the Vertigo guys. I want them to see some of the fun stuff we're doing here. And maybe we'll get more ladder league racing going on. I don't think there's enough coverage of it. I don't think there's enough good race commentary coverage of all the Zwift racing. So I was talking with Daniel. I know you guys are doing the Zwift Summer Racing League series. Is that what they call it? Summer League? And I've seen Martin promoting it over at WTRL. So I'm going to reach out to Martin this week and see what he wants me to do next week for all that kind of stuff. So I know there's a bunch of different race series because it's a racing league for everyone with different classes. So I could probably cover a lot of that. And, you know, you're going to be seeing this after the fact. I'm just doing a video today. Why am I not live streaming? Because I'm too lazy to set up a live stream. It has to be kind of perfect before I go. Whereas with this, it gives me a few minutes to tweak things afterwards. Let's take a look at the boys at the front. Look at these two here. Team Not Poggy leading the way, folks. Alan and Dave. They've got a 13-second gap back here to... Daniel's sitting on the front now. I wonder if he's going to try to start slowing it down. Yep, more PRs coming through here, folks. So we got two riders up front. What do the three TNP riders do from behind right now? They certainly don't want to chase. So now it's kind of like two races. Teammates up front. Okay, we don't want that. Here, we're going to go back to this view here. It's a lot easier in the Volcano because I find I always get stuck behind walls. So Alan and Dave, 13 seconds up the road, folks. This should be 16. This should be 18.7 kilometers in total. And then I'll get a clue as to where the finish line is properly. I know it's when we come right back into the Volcano to see that archway. So 2 TNPs up front, and then we've got 3 Vertigo riders chasing. The remaining 3 TNP riders are sitting in the pack there, letting the Vertigo guys do all the work. And at this point, it looks kind of like Alan and Dave are almost riding away. Let's wait until we get to the flat, because right now we are going down a little bit of a hill here. I'm just looking at power output. Dave and Alan sit at the front, anywhere from 3 to 4 watts per kilo. And then Vertigo behind, they're 2.5, 3 watts per kilo. At this rate, these guys should be pulling away, which they are. Have a little peek back. Look at this. It's just clean air behind them all the way. There's no one there. Even if we go to overhead view, I don't know if we'll even see the other riders. Watch out for the giant pelican there. More pelicans coming in. Dive bombing them now. Okay, so they start climbing right away here, folks. Let's see how they climb. Look at Alan. No letting off. 6 watts per kilo here up the hill. Dave reacting now. Trying to stay on Alan's wheel. 4.5 or 5 watts per kilo. These guys are not messing around. If you look at the tack map, is that what we call it on Zwift? You call it that on Call of Duty, right? You can see the riders that are chasing. They're just starting to climb down below. They've just hit it. So they're pursuing, but 19-20 seconds lead now, boys. 19-20 second lead. Oh, Ray lights it up, pushes a quick 10 watts a kilo, tickling the pedals. Here we go, folks. Everyone's going hard now. I think this is going to be a crucial part of every lap, this little chunk right here. Whoever's kind of hiding that they're tired. Ooh, Ray is off the front. Nice job, Ray. I love this. Guys, someone had a strategy here. Let's send Alan off the front. Then we'll send Dave to chase. Now it's Ray's turn. Yeah, this is smart racing here. So Ray's going to have to dig deep if he's going to try to bridge on with those guys. It also probably means those guys at the front have to play the fine game of how much can we back off to let Ray catch on, but not bring the others. So we got 10 seconds up to Alan and Dave. We'll jump to those 2 riders right now. Here they are. And if we look back, we'll probably start seeing Ray here right away. Can we see Ray? We're looking. Yeah, I can see him now. We can see Ray right now. He's just coming around the bend there. It's kind of obviously. You know what, guys? I'm pointing at my screen. Yeah, like I guess you guys can see me pointing my arm, but okay. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff here, boys. I like this a lot. I want to see Ray chasing here. He's not that far back. So we're 9 seconds back. There he is. You can just see him on the screen now if you look very carefully. So Ray is there. But check this out. It's 11 seconds back to the next group of Grumpy Muppet. Lucas, Bene, Paul, M. Dicko. I think this is Ben, I believe. Yeah, this is Ben. Okay, I'm seeing it right there at the top too. I got to remember that. And Paul from Vertigo, Daniel Kent sitting on the back watching. I wonder who coordinated all the attacks here today. I got to ask too, I wonder if most of these groups are probably riding on Discord somewhere so they know when to attack. So Ray can see them now. I can see them plain as day on screen. Remember what I said? This will probably be like 18.7 kilometers. It'd be really cool to see Ray hook up with the front two, and then have 3 TNP riders like basically securing the top 3 spots, getting maximum points. Ray here pushing 330 watts. Love it. Yeah, so Ray's got to be right around 80 kilos. I'm seeing 4 watts a kilo, 330 watts, something like that, right? Oh, this is a perfect view here. Perfect. And do I have another rider off the front? I think we got another rider off the front. We do. Look, yeah. So this has happened in that volcano, probably on that climb. Great job, Lucas, here. Let's take a look at this, folks. Let's take a look at this. So Ray's just ahead. He's just darted into the caves, into the volcano. And this will finish lap 3 coming up. So I want to hang out here for a little bit and just fully get my eye tuned in as to where we're going. Okay, so it's that archway right in the middle. That's the finish line right there. And if I'm wrong, I'll just fake it that I wasn't wrong. You guys, yeah. So Ray's up ahead here. What am I seeing up here? We got Ray here. Oh, here they are. We got 4 TNP riders here. This is great, guys. This is great. This is awesome. Ray's going right through the front here. Get on, boys. Freight train coming through. Choo choo. Yeah, 4 TNP riders right here. Leaving the Vertigo riders to chase hard. They're not that far back, though. In fact, I think they could be able to see each other here. I thought I saw some pixels there. Let me jump back to the front again. Jumping back here. Got our 4 up front. I'm looking for those guys back there. I can see the archway. Looking. It's 13 seconds back. Not sure. Not really sure there. But 4 TNP riders here. This is a pretty dominant performance here, guys. Pretty dominant performance. No disrespect to the Vertigo boys. But Team TNP, this is like race tactics extreme here, folks. Watch them bombing down the hill here. Trying to catch a little bit of a breather here. So remember, we got Dave. We got Lucas. Rybarczyk. Yeah. Alan, Welsh rider. Ray McCoffey here. Ray Sergeant? I think he's a sergeant. Something like that. Then we got Grumpy Muppet. Ooh, Grumpy Muppet's making a bit of a move here, it looks like. Grumpy knows they got to start scoring some points here. You know, like, the cool thing about the points races, and I should sit down with a pen and paper and do all that, like, let's say, well, they're going to score the top 4 if they do. They've secured all the points. But you could have maybe 10, 9, 8. That would give you, 27 points? Yeah, I think there's 55 points in total. If you played it, like, even if you lost the top 2, you could wedge your team in like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you'd probably still win. I'm going to have to figure those points out later. So Grumpy Muppet's going a bit solo here. Then we got Benny chasing now with Paul from Vertigo. The other Ben, M. Dicko sitting on the back here, just getting a little bit of a breather. Daniel Kent. Ooh, who's just... Okay, so that must be Grumpy Muppet. Yeah, Grumpy Muppet's just going up the hill here. Let's see what happens this time up the hill. Climbing this little bit of a climb. It's just a kicker, really. I wouldn't call this a hill, just a kicker. Just enough to hurt. You know, like I said before, I find the climbs outside of On 2 and Alpe d'Huez, Alpe d'Huez, obviously, compared to, like, say, the other platform I ride, Ruby, the climbs on Zwift I find are very short. But higher intensity, because people just ride. It just seems so high intensity on Zwift. Just in case you guys don't know, for any of you Ruby people that are watching this, you can do 25 kilometers of Zwift riding free per month, so you can check it out. And vice versa, all you Zwift riders that don't know anything about Ruby, you can ride. I think they do 20. Yeah, I think theirs might be 20. You'd think it would be 25, right? Okay, so let's get back to the front here. Fun little race we're having. 4 riders up front, TNP putting on a display here today, folks. They're basically on their victory lap here. Yeah, so both platforms, you'll get some free kilometers. Let's say it's 20, 25 per month, so you can try them out. if I were you guys, let's say you're just a total dedicated Zwift / outside rider, I would use my Ruby miles to go do some climbs. Because, you got to think about it. You're only going to 20, 25K. Do a couple of short climbs, just steep. Yeah, whatever. They have so many climbs on there too. And I honestly believe that the library of routes that Ruby has available to climb, just the variety, makes you a stronger climber because you want to climb everything. You just put everything on your checklist. Did it. Like, you can climb Haleakala on Hawaii. I've done it. Mauna Kea is on there. Most of the routes are augmented reality. Some are just like high def videos, but I think right now they have over 1,500 augmented reality routes. So what does that mean? That means video with avatar overlays, something like this. They don't look as good as the Zwift avatars do. Overlaying on top of the video. Yeah, good stuff though. Good stuff. I will be riding the Zwift today, folks. So if you don't see me every day, it's because generally I ride Zwift Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I've probably been taking too many days off. Like, I had 3 days off last week. Yesterday, I was off. Okay, guys, we're coming to the finish here already. We are coming to the finish. Lucas leading the way. Alan, great job. I think it was Alan that led the initial break. Dave chased after him. Ray went on the climb as well, and then Lucas bridged across. Great stuff here. Okay, remember, I'm going to have to be careful about the finish here so I don't get trapped in the real world. So it's going to be a little bit longer than 18.7 kilometers. Maybe the leading was 2.9. Finish line will be just up ahead of us here. Ray McCoffey. Everyone's going now, folks. Ooh, Alan, 15 watts per kilo. Nice finish. Dude, I like that. Nice finish. Lots of 8, 9, 10, 11 watts per kilo. Alan, sustained. 11, 12 watts per kilo. Crikey. That's awesome. Ray coming next. Lucas. And then Dave's going to be coming through. Oh, sorry, Dave's here. Back to... Oh, that's who I want. I want Muppet. The finish line's right here. So what I'm doing is I'm backing down through every rider. So we've already had 4 Team TNP riders finish. Muppet's coming next. We'll take 5th. M. Dicko for Vertigos will take 6th. Oh, actually not. Here comes D. Kent. Daniel Kent is going for 6th. He's being chased by a bunch of Vertigo riders right now. I think he just got caught by them at the finish there. Okay, guys, so that's what happens when we're done. Like, yeah, okay, so we'll hang out with Daniel here at the end. Daniel was going for the sprint finish at the end, I think for 6th. The 3 Vertigo riders, like, swamped him at the finish. I didn't actually get the total finish there. But that's how we do this, folks. That's how we do this. I really like doing these routes here now because, if I use my Zwift Companion app good enough, I can see what most of you dudes look like. I can see your Zwift racing scores. And I'll tell you this, they're a lot higher than mine. Yeah, great stuff. So I can learn more about both the teams. Obviously, Team TNP, you're my bros. So, Team TNP, reach out to me. Just let me know. Anyone there, just say, guys, Colin, we're doing a ladder league race this night. Remember, I'm 7 hours behind you. It's middle of the day for me. And I'll jump on if I can. So this is perfect timing today. Also, hey, here's kind of cool. Looking at this dude here just randomly running, Canmore. That's right down the road from me. That's about, Canmore is the first town when you enter the Rocky Mountains from the east side, leaving Calgary. It's a ski town. It was basically the home, even though Calgary was the Olympic city in '88, most of the events happened right around Canmore. So, pretty cool to see this. Also, Vertigo. Hey man, reach out to me. If you got a ladder league race coming up, what I like about these, they're nice and short. They're easy for me to do. Let's pump out some more videos. Let's get more race commentary on Zwift. Okay, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you again soon. Remember, my name's Colin, Inside Cycling World. If you'd like to support the channel to see more race commentary going forward, probably the best way to do it is through buy me a coffee / AKA energy gel. Over there, that's all set up. If not, see you next week or maybe sooner. Actually, WTRL TTT this Thursday. I'll see you guys. Let me know which one you're in. See ya.